If your practice ever experiences a summer slowdown and you want to bounce out of that with an overfilled schedule of cash pay patients, then listen up, because in this video, I'm going to teach you the exact 4 email strategy for a fall or back to school promotion that I use successfully in my practice. And I'm also going to literally hand you a download of the exact emails, so you don't have to recreate the wheel. You can just plug them in and send them out and watch the patients roll in. Hi, my name is Jarod Carter, and welcome to this episode. I'm a physical therapist, a cash-based practice owner, and the creator of the private pay profit formula. I help my healthcare colleagues just like you to create their own concierge, out-of-network, cash-based practices so that you can end reliance on greedy insurance companies, provide a level of care you are ultimately proud of, and regain control of your profits and your future. Now, if you're new here, I would definitely consider subscribing, because I put free trainings like this out all the time, and they always have a free resource associated with them designed to help you get results faster. And as I mentioned before, the free resource in this episode are the 4 exact emails that I send out to my client list to reactivate patients after kids have gone back to school, summer vacations have wrapped up, and they can finally take the health and wellness and injury things that have been on the back burner and bring them to the front burner. So we get in front of them at that ideal time where finally routines are getting back to a little bit more normal, and they can free up the time to address that stiff back, or depending on what the clients you serve, you would just make the offer about that thing that they've probably been neglecting for the last 2 to 3 months. You can get that free download, those exact emails, at drjarodcarter.com/episode 29. Now, since you can download those, I'm not going to read them to you word for word, but I do want to give you the general structure and setup and frequency of the emails of this particular type of campaign. And you can broaden this out and think about any part of your client or your target markets a year and say, when are there times that it's been really crazy and they might have not been able to come in and get my services? When do I typically see a slowdown, and does it have something to do with that? So around Christmas and holiday times is another good example of this, where you could apply the same strategy to reactivate patients once they've kind of gotten past those crazy busy times. So in my case, I'm running this campaign, this offer, over 7 days. That's the maximum length I would suggest. Anything longer than that just becomes too long, where they can actually think about it for too long. They're not pressed to take action quickly enough, even in that first email that you send out, or that first social post that they see. So 5 to 7 days is about how long I would run these, maybe even 4 days in some case, if you really want to press the urgency. And then you also want to not just have urgency in your offer and your promotion, but also scarcity. So have a set number of this offer that you're going to allow your clients to take you up on. So in our case, maybe we've set it at 10 people. After 10 people, no more. We're not going to give this big of a discount to more than 10 people. So you have urgency and scarcity baked into your promotion. And in my case, I'm running it from Monday to Friday would be perfectly fine. And I'm doing 4 different emails. The first one is just speaking back to them what they've just experienced, putting things on the back burner because of a crazy schedule. Kids are out of school, different camps, obviously vacations, family reunions, whatever. But you're speaking back to your target market, the things that they just experienced and that they've been using as excuses to not take as good a care of themselves, and saying, hey, look, now is the perfect time. Think back, kids are back in school, vacations are over. Let's get rid of that stiff back. Let's get you back exercising the way you want to. Let's get that heart, the cholesterol level under control, whatever it is for your target market. That's generally that first email, and then you outline the promotion, tell them what kind of discount you're providing and for how long and to how many people. The next email I send out in the next week, I'm going to probably do it Friday and then the next Tuesday. And that one is going to be a personal story, whether it's my personal story. In my case, as you'll see when you download those emails, I talk about my son getting his Make-A-Wish trip this summer, but you want to have a story that's powerful, emotional, and that they can relate to in some way, or that kind of speaks to them. So having a patient story, somebody that you did see over the summer, they could relate to, oh, this person had been putting things off, they got hurt on vacation, they came in right away, we were able to knock it out. Stuff like that that they can relate to, that leads to the call to action of saying, So if you're still in pain, or if you're still dealing with something like this you've been putting off, let's knock it out now and let's do it at a discount. You have the next few days to make the call. Then you have one that addresses objections. You want to make sure that you think about the 3 or 4 most common objections to someone saying yes to your offer, to your services in general, but also to this discounted time limited offer, and address those in the next email. You can often do like an FAQ, even bringing those up and then answering why that's not quite like that. Or maybe it's like, okay, if cost is an issue, it's well, we have payment plans that we're associating with this, so you can actually spread this out over time and still take advantage of the discount. Whatever have you, you just want to make sure that you address the most common objections in at least one of your emails. The PS line, don't forget about the PS lines, because those are great places to put things like testimonials, or just a second reason that they should take advantage of the offer, or just a reminder, hey, just a reminder, you have only 24 hours to take advantage of this. And then the last one is really about FOMO. It's all about the urgency. Last day, you got 12 hours or 6 hours left to call us and take us up on this offer. Of course, if you've been counting down and selling a lot of these services, you can say, no, we're down to 2 spots and 6 hours, whichever comes first. But it's all about urgency in that last email. And that's the general structure of how I do it. It's been very successful for my practice, which does experience some slowdown in the summer. So we're always able to bounce back strong and make up for that with a really strong back to school promotion. So if you appreciated this information, please leave a comment below or share it with a colleague. I love to answer your questions. And make sure you get that download at drjarodcarter.com/episode 29. I've done the work for you. If you're a general outpatient ortho practice, you probably don't have to change anything except for the personal story and the clinic name. But you can craft it to your own practice, your own niche, and very quickly get these out and start to get that 3, 4, 5 boosts in new patients or reactivations that your practice could really use. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you as always for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.